What's up, vape fam? How y'all doing? Welcome to another week of the Ohm Kiwis. Look, we're hanging in the flesh. Hi. I am in Wellington. I am at the dispensary, chilling with Megan, and we're just going to have a casual Ohm Kiwi show tonight. Hope everybody is fabulous, wherever you may be across the globe. I see a few of you hanging out there in chat already. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. It is sweltering hot here in Wellington. As you can tell, me and Megs ain't in our swag tonight because we is a melting. Melting actually doesn't even cover it, does it?
No, we're not really melting. It's more like we're sticking to everything we touch.
It's sticky. It's just, oh, look, my hair's sticking to me even. Alrighty, yeah, we're in one window this week, guys. So I know it's a little weird, but we're like even more on your screen now. Right, it's just a little bit weird, and we're like don't have to do the thing. How's your day been, Meeks? Well, we can do the thing. You've been at work all day.
I've been at work all day. Yes, I've been working, serving customers, helping people quit smoking.
Helping people quit smoking. Power. So as you guys know, we've got a few things to yarn about tonight, tell you guys about the weekend. Our big first national event for New Zealand of 2018 has just happened, Wellington's Vape Day. And of course tonight, a little bit down the way, we're going to announce 3 winners from IVAPE Australia from our awesome tasting that we did last week as well. Three winners. We've got 3 winners. They're all going to win 100ml each of their choice of the premium range. So we'll draw that in a wee bit. I'm going to shake this before I drip it. What are you vaping on tonight, Mix? I see you've got a new shiny in your hand. A pretty shiny.
Yes. Pretty shiny. Yeah, just the Rambo Tesla. And I decided to get a tank. It's not like me to rock tanks these days.
No, nor is it like you to rock colour.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm wearing colour.
I'm a little bit used to that.
Almost matchy, but
you got an adore vibe going on tonight. You got the purple,
the purple army.
The purple love. Hashtag purple army. I'm sorry, Dawny. Amethyst. Hashtag purple army.
Yes, we have a couple of lurkers.
Yes, there are a couple of lurkers in the shop behind us, and there may or may not be some others appear. We don't know. We'll see. Ooh, we got a few people hanging out there tonight. Okay, so what else are you vaping on?
Kind of like the same old. I've got the Hustler with the Zebonza on there, but the juice that I'm vaping on both is now watermelon juice. The watermelon juice is actually really nice on the tank. It doesn't have like that intense throat hit that I usually get when I drip it, but
a little bit more subtle, a little bit gentler.
Yes, a little gentle.
Cool. Well, tonight, just like me, I have the old Hustler. Got my pretty shiny going on. Oh, there we go. Gotta get the angle right with the light. My bling bling going on with the old Peerless with my matchy bling bling. And I got my generic Joe Blogs daily. My Limitless is hanging out on my Rainbow Captain.
Rainbow.
And I have my special, my newest pretty, my custom BJ box mod. Oh, that way, that's the one. That's the one. And on them 3 tonight, I am rocking some of our vendor of last week. Of course. Sugar Baby is in the house. Sugar Baby's always in the house if I can help it. I also have some more iVape, which isn't in the right bottle because I've been traveling and they were glass bottles. I've got some of the fruit drops from last week's tasting, also in a Sugar Baby bottle, but it's just bottle. There's fruit drops in there. And shout outs going to the lovely Matt, a fellow admin. I was going to say album. A fellow admin of NZ Vape Fam is Fog Farm. Maddie, there you go, darling. I am rocking some Poppet tonight, and I am rocking Poppet on my Ohm Kiwis. Just for you, honey, like I said I would. So, I'm going to be tasting this tonight for the first time as well. And we will have Fog Farm coming up in the future on the show.
Yeah, so in case you didn't know, we actually stock and sell Fog Farm juice here at the dispensary.
Oh, but of course you do. But of course, supporting local New Zealand vendors.
Yeah. A lot of the juices that we supply here at the dispensary are all New Zealand made, with the exception of the nasty juice. Nasty juice, we get that via a New Zealand distributor, but the juice is from Malaysia. So yeah. Other than that, everyone else is Kiwi made, and we also have a local juice maker. I'm a plug you, Camilla. We have Get Hooked juice also in the shop, and yeah, she's a local to Porirua here, so yeah, it's kind of cool, and it's neat having to sort of like go sort of spout out like where each juice vendor is from, and yeah, I always do Camilla first, and it's because she's made locally here in this little town of ours.
And Camilla was here, she's just left.
Yes.
Just taken her beautiful baby blue tongue lizard home, which you guys will see selfies of me on Instagram later with the lizard. Oh my god, Scarlett, you were too cool, darling, too cool. Alright, let's say some shout outs. Who's hanging out in chat? I see a few of you guys. Hope everybody's fabulous. Alright, loves going out too. Some of our dolls are in the house. What's up to Alexis, chilling in Auckland. We got Miss Amy. Amy, you should be here, darling. We miss you. I want to see you before I go in the morning. Amy's a local doll here in Wellington. Who else is hanging here? Hey Dave, how you doing? And of course we've got Mr. Elmo and one of our honorary dolls chilling in Christchurch. Kieran, you're watching us from Christchurch. You should be here in your own shop, darling. What's up to you guys? And of course Jackie and Shane are watching us from Australia over there in Queensland. Loves, mwah, going out to IVAPE Australia. We have Miss Jen in the house. Oh, that's a new name. Hello, darling. Welcome to the show. And we've got another doll, Miss Joe. That's Christchurch Joe, that one. Steve's in the house. Mr. KBN Productions. What up? Over to the States. We got Maxie lurking in the background over there. Hey, girl. And Sarah. Hey, girl. Big loves going out to another doll. Tamlin, lovely to see you out in chat, honey. Glad you could make it. And of course, loves to the Link. Mr. Link Vapes is hanging in chat. And Tony, welcome. Good to see you again hanging out with us, honey. And Yeti. Yeti, how you doing, darling? The infamous Yeti. I always love to see you in our chat.
Or should we say elusive? The elusive Yeti.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Are you're elusive and, well, you're all things nobody's ever seen. You're a mystery. You're a myth. The myth that is Yeti. But his coils aren't a myth. His coils are awesome. Yes. Hey, and I just seen Sandy slide on in there. What's up to System Smile Double? Oh my god, darling, I'm never going to forget your name now, ever.
No, it's drummed right in.
Yeah, it really is now. I hope everybody is awesome, wherever you may be. Yes, sweating your ass off in Christchurch, well, we're sweating here in Welly too. Hats hard.
Literally. Literally.
Oh, and of course, whether you're behind us or whether you're on a screen at home, mwah, mwah. Hey to the lurkers. The lurkers. Hey lurkers.
Oh, the lurkers.
So, hope you're all lovely, dandy, vaped up, ready for some chilling. We're just chilling. We're in casual chat. So, whatever you guys want to ask, know about, if you've got questions about the event on Saturday as well, feel free to throw them out there. We will try and answer whatever we can. Of course, we try to educate and enlighten you and help you along the way as much as we possibly able. Yes. So well, today's Wednesday. I was going to say Wednesday. On Saturday, today's Wednesday. On Saturday, yeah. So we had Wellington Vape Day, which was the third Wellington Vape Day for New Zealand, being that it's officially the beginning of the third year now that vape events have been a thing in New Zealand. Oh, actually, sorry, I take that back. Coming into our fourth year, actually. But yeah, third Welly Vape Day, and it was a good one. It was a good one, wasn't it? Like, there's been progression, and we're going to see that through all of our events, of course, as they continue. Oh, I just spotted a Moses. Hello, darling. Yeah, no, it was a good one. So Megs was one of the main MCs for the day, along with APPAREL, who is another admin out there in New Zealand Vape land, and he came down from Taranaki. Taranaki Vape Day's coming up, the next event on the New Zealand calendar as well, so it was cool to link those two together. And I was I don't know what I was. I was a
special guest.
I was a special guest. I was a special guest. I was doing the judging on the day. I was doing your build checks, your coil checks, your battery checks. I judged everything, along with others, of course. I was doing all the little bits around the place.
I judged every competition except for the show and shine. That was something that you,
APPAREL and Matai did. Yeah. So we had lots going on. It was a little bit different for us for this event, being that we weren't emceeing together, but different organisers run the event different ways, and we rolled with it. And it turned out to be how it was going to be, and it was a good day. It was a really good day. I'm just going to drop a little bit there. There we go.
Yes, I have to agree. Yeah, I'm used to emceeing events with Mox, because I mean, she has, like you all see on the show, I mean, for those of you who have watched us numerous times, Mox is the conversation carrier. She will take the lead on everything, and that includes emceeing. So all of a sudden it sort of switched from Mox being sort of like the upfront, she will do all of the talking and everything, and then all of a sudden it was me, and it's like, so Mox does this, not me. As I speak when I need to speak. So yeah, it was interesting, and the dynamic was a bit different and also foreign for me, but at the same time it was good to sort of have something different going on.
It was good to have something different, and we ran with it and we worked with it, and to be quite honest, I wasn't 100% health on the day, so the fact that I wasn't blah in everyone's face the way I am normally at other events up on the mic wasn't necessarily a bad thing.
I thought
it really wasn't.
Like, it was good, because all of a sudden I went from being, okay, yeah, I really want Mox to sort of like be in there and be involved and do like some of the talking, but yeah, she was hurting that day. It was like, you rest and you could speak what you need to speak, and that was during the show and shine, and that was when, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, you're doing this here. Take the microphone.
Did my thing during the show and shine. And of course, if any of you missed it, there were live feeds, live streaming being run all day on the Wellington Vape Day 2018 page. Its own official page on Facebook. So if you guys missed that streaming, you can go and watch those vids. It was all the comps and things were broken up. So there's several vids that cover the whole day. There was 2 vids that we did on the Ohm Kiwis page. We did just a casual chat, sitting down like this, talking to you guys, and then later on in the day I did a walk around and showed you guys the vendor tables.
We would have loved to have done more, but time was just wasn't possible.
No. And I think Vape Crew also did a few live vids to their page on the day as well. Hey, so we got a couple of questions going on out here in chat, Megs.
Okay.
So Jen, oh, pause. Hey Steve, I see you, darling. You're the guest of honor out there in chat, aren't you? So Jen, for the cloud comps, it's a combination of distance and density, as well.
Density.
So your plumage, effectively. Yeah,
and a little bit of it is also technique as well.
Yeah, your technique really. If you've got your technique down, then you'll be able to push for your distance. So mainly you're being judged on distance and density, but effectively when you're looking at the cloud comps and say you're watching on the live stream and you're watching what we're judging and you're like, ooh, how are they going to pick that? If it's really goddamn close, the distance is always going to win. But we will always switch and get them to run again. Just to double check.
And then it sort of gives them the opportunity to like really give it their all when they do the switch. Because there can be some moments where you think, oh, it might have been that person, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the other person ends up taking it out after the switch. So yeah, it's it can entirely depend on what happens during the comps. I mean, like Mox was saying, I mean, there are times where people will watch the live stream and all of a sudden they go, oh, but such and such actually won that round. But you're not there in person and seeing it. You're kind of looking at it on a screen, and yeah, there might be some advantage to being able to see it like that, but we try to judge it as fairly as possible as we're seeing it at the time.
And that's also the reason why there are 3 judges for every comp, because you're gonna have the majority rules. That, you know, if Megs and I are there and we're both like rooting for the other person, then who's the deciding factor? So that 3rd judge is going to be like no, I think it was that guy. So the 2 against 1 is why there's always 3 judges. Oh my God, love's going out there to Mr. Battery Mooch is in the house.
Hey,
loves you, Moochie. We haven't seen you in a while. And I just spotted Rob has strolled in as well. How you doing, darling? Hope you guys are all fabulous in your winter over there in the US. There's a few of you Americans hanging out there in chat. So just reading your chat. Hope you're going well, Moochie. I know you're really busy lately with all your new battery charts you're doing and your new videos you've started up on your channel. If you guys weren't aware, go and look up Mooch here on YouTube and sub to his channel. He's putting out new vids in conjunction with new tables, new information that is happening. More detailed information that Mooch is happy with to provide for the vape community across the globe. So,
yeah, and I'm sure at some point this year we will have Mooch appear on the show again.
Yep.
And then that way we can have an up-to-date info.
It's in the works
for you guys.
It's in the works. Moochie and me, we just got to set a date and sort it out and sit down and bring that show to you guys, because there's lots of things happening. If you weren't aware, at the end of last year, on that really long, awesome last episode of the year that we did, I also stated to you guys that, yeah, because Mooch has changed up things with his battery information for the globe, we have deleted the previous 2 episodes of battery information with him, because as far as he's concerned, he'd like to start afresh and give out more accurate information for you guys. So that show will be coming to you guys real damn soon. We haven't locked down the date yet, but we will sort it out and you guys will see Moochie on the Ohm Kiwis providing the info for you guys. I've seen a few more people strolling, darling. Lawrence is in the house. Hey, Mick Level, how you doing? And who else did I see? Pippi strolled in. Hey, Aria, just because I like to use your real name.
Miss Clouds.
Miss Clouds. Miss Clouds took out the women's comp on the weekend.
And the tank.
And, oh yes, and the tank comp. And, wee bit of a lull, was asked to not enter some other competitions to give others a chance. I thought that was hilarious. Because we know the girls are taking over the world without Clouds.
Yes, we is.
So we were doing things. We didn't enter anything this year. We weren't allowed to. But that's okay. But that's okay because we were part of the day. Do you have a favorite comp that you watched during the day that was, you know, really goddamn exciting for you? Not participating, obviously, but something you enjoyed watching, a specific competition that really took your fancy in a different role this year.
I suppose the competition that really took my fancy at this particular event would have been the women's cloud comp. Normally for me it's the trick comp. Sorry boys who entered like the trick competitions, you guys lackluster, like actual.
That wasn't entirely their fault. There was a wee breeze. The conditions weren't perfect for the trip comp.
Yeah, they weren't 100% perfect. But,
so it wasn't as dazzling as some trick comps in the past have been, must admit. But you know, it was great to have a separate women's comp. It was awesome seeing that go down. And shout out to Maxie lurking over in the background, who got up and entered 2 comps that she had. Well, she's never entered any comps before. We couldn't enter them, so we made her.
Was there 3?
Entered dolls. Was there 3? Oh yes, my bad. There were 3 comps she entered, but yeah, we were like, we can't enter the thing, so you're entering for us. So that was hilarious and awesome. It was absolutely awesome to see first timers getting up, you know, the participation. That's what we want to see. Whether you get somewhere or not, whether we know your name in the community or not, whether Joe Bloggs has ever seen you in a cloud comp before, on a build comp, on the show and shine, doesn't matter. Participation, that's what it's about, and being part of the day and getting up there and
I mean, it's all
doing
fun.
something new, trying it out. Don't be scared. You know, we're all, don't be scared, we're all doing it, but it's all about participation, and it was fun as.
So like you have Pippi out there who's on the chat. She loves competing in the cloud competitions. So at one point when she was told to sort of not compete in any more of the competitions, yeah, she wasn't happy, and I don't blame her.
I don't blame you either, darling.
Because yeah, I mean the whole thing about being there at any of the vape events, as well as sort of like meeting up with people again and sort of checking out, seeing what all the vendors are selling and everything. Yeah, the competitions was right up there for her, and yeah, there was a slight exception with her entering when she entered the open. Yeah, that was only allowed
the open. Everybody wants to enter the open at the end of the night because it's just a free-for-all, isn't it? But of course, within that free-for-all, we still do battery and build checks, and there's still a safety feature, so it's not completely open. Safety factor, I should say, not a feature. I've seen some more people stroll in. Big love's going out there to V-Dog, Mr. Vince, our regular Canadian, coming out to hang with us this evening. What's up, darling? And I see Mr. James out there. And of course, meow, we have Nietzsche in the house. Hey, darling. Meow. Haven't seen you for a wee while. Hope everybody is melting just as much as we are, or if you're on the cold side of the world right now, that you're keeping nice and toasty, and we wish we could give you some of this heat right now, because we'd love to have a bit of snow. If it would rain right this second, it'd be fabulous. We don't normally separate any cloud comps by sex. We usually have a tank, a mech, and an open comp generically for all, but specifically for this region, for these organizers who did this event, which wasn't us, we were just part of the day. They wanted to make a women's comp. It was sort of like an open women's, you know, they were to the specs, but it was more about
Auckland was the same.
It was more about participation, getting the more women up there in the comps. So
yeah,
having that category,
like with a lot of the previous vape events that we've had, hardly any woman would compete when we didn't have a separate sort of comp. By introducing a women's cloud comp, it sort of gave them, like, hopefully, women an opportunity to compete against each other without feeling, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
intimidated.
Yeah,
intimidated by the guys that have the big lungs and the massive capacity to be able to blow massive clouds. I mean, so I can blow a decent cloud, but I know that there's a handful of people within the community who I will never ever be able to beat because they have a larger lung capacity than I do. So that was sort of what it boiled down to, was to sort of like try and entice them to compete rather than just sit on the sidelines and watch everyone else do it.
There have only been 2 events in New Zealand ever so far that have done a separate women's competition. Previously 510 in Auckland in October, that's just gone, and then now in Wellington. It might become a more popular thing just to get the female participation up, but it's not usually by all a gender thing, by any means rather, a gender thing at all. So I hope that answers your question there, Linky. I just trying to, you guys are moving tonight, trying to keep up with chat while we're yarning.
I know. See, and then there are some women that are also sort of commenting in the chat that they wouldn't compete if it was a mixed competition, because it is intimidating. It is. I mean, I've entered cloud comps in the past, and even I get intimidated.
Yeah. And well, I can honestly say in the few that I've entered in the past, even though I know I'm not going to get anywhere because I'm up against those big boys, it's just like, it's all about the participation. But on something like this, I would have loved to have entered the women's comp, to be quite honest, just to see if I could have a chance against you or Pip. I know I'm dreaming, but I'd like to try.
Yeah, it dawned on me after we'd wrapped up Wellington Vape Day for the night. It's like, oh, we didn't do our funsies back to back. I've had the same issue even with Erin.
Even do one.
No, we didn't.
Oh, bless. What's up, Richard? We stand liquids in the house. How you doing, honey? Yes, of course, he's plugging a door over there in chat. And, above my head, and of course we've got the hoodie going on in the background. Dawny is always not far away. Adore e-liquid will always be around in some fashion. Go and try some. Go and try some.
Yes.
I saw another question. I was just trying to find it. Oh, to answer you, Pip, yes. At this stage, we will both be in the Naki. We will be there. 17th of Feb is the next vape day coming up for New Zealand, and that will be up in Taranaki, which is in New Plymouth, here in the North Island. Yeah, 17th of Feb, so we're on the countdown. We're like under, what, 3 weeks away now? We're under a month now. So,
this is just a reminder for another day.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 days actually. Our anniversary.
Yep. Oh, yes. So on, well, no, your birthday and anniversary. So on the 13th of Feb is Megan's birthday. And on the 14th is our 2-year anniversary for the Ohm Kiwis. This show has existed for just about 2 years. We're just about there. So that trip, that week, will be Megan's birthday anniversary episode. And then I get on a plane, I come to Wellington, and we get in the car and we drive to Taranaki, which is a 6-7 hour drive away.
4 to 6. Yeah,
Depends,
it's short. It's halfway up.
Depends how much we stop.
So it's about 4 to 5 hours.
Heading that way, do another weekend, and then we stroll on back, road trip down the country again, and I get back on a plane, and then the next time you'll see me after that event is I'll be back at home. So we squeeze that trip in from between shows from week to week. So that'll be another chaos week for me on the road, pretty much. So it'll be hilarious. I hope those of you that are around Taranaki, anywhere near New Plymouth, missed out on Auckland and want to get to a vape day and can't quite wait for Tauranga, which is in March, 10th of March. Yeah, we'll be at the Naki if you guys want to come down, hang, holla, chill, say happy birthday. All the things. Taranaki will be another fun trip.
So you Naki boys, if you want to give me a present, a ticket to vape day would be fine.
Oh, yeah, did you hear that, boys? Did you hear that? Birthday present, ticket to Naki. Who else did I just see strolling? Nomi! How you doing, Gnomes? Glad you could make it, darling. You've obviously finished work now, honey. Oh, bless. So, do you have a highlight moment of the day? Whether it be competition related, whether it be someone you caught up with, whether it be an incident or a funny that happened on Saturday.
Well, normally my highlight day would be meeting up with particular vendors. See, like, I love catching up with Pip from E-Juice Bar and Maya from Vaporium. Those are usually like my exciting sort of like moments when it comes to attending like any of those vape days. And if any of those people are there, it's like, yay, my girls are here. However, as much as I love you girls, my highlight was my mum.
Oh, yes.
My mum came to Vape Day. She came to Wellington Vape Day for the first time ever.
Shout outs to Gail. Shout outs to Gail. It was awesome to see you there, honey. I don't know if she watches the show, but she gets a shout out anyway.
Yeah, my mum, she's not a vapor. She still smokes, although I think we're slowly sort of like trying to get her interested. My dad won one of the little pod setup
yes,
thingies
that's right.
from Vapo, and my mama's been using it a little bit, so I'm
Actually, I've been using it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous.
She pulled it out of the pack, and then I was like, oh, so what did Mum think of it? And she was like, oh, Mum thinks it's pretty cute. So I had like a quick little look at it and had like a little jam on it, and yeah, she's been using it every now and again. But it was funny because that day when I caught up with my parents after Vape Day, my mum had gone outside of her home out onto the little deck that they have out the front door, and she's got a cigarette in her hand, and I'm like, use your opal, and she's like, what? Your opal. Use your opal.
I can
and then
hear
she's
you
like,
yelling at her.
I've already got the cigarette in my hand. And I was like, next time.
That's not how it works, Mum. That's not how it works. We will get her. We will get her. Gail, we're still trying.
So I'm kind of hoping, because we know that the cigarettes are going to go up again in price very soon again. Every New Year's Day, the government up the price of cigarettes 10% in order to try and I guess implement that smoke-free New Zealand.
Trying to deter people from smoking.
Yeah.
A 10% tax goes on every 6 months on top of whatever the price is. Another 10%.
Yeah.
Another 10%. Another 10%. So to give you context for you Americans over there, albeit our money's a little bit different. Right now in New Zealand,
you'd have to do the conversion rate.
Right now in New Zealand, the average 50 gram of roll your own tobacco averages between $80 to $100 New Zealand. So that's easily your $50-$60 mark. Guess that's a guess conversion, but stupid amount of money, and that's not talking lighters, filter, papers, all the extras. It's just
the tobacco.
Just the tobacco, and that will keep going up every 6 months. You know, if they want a smoke-free New Zealand by 2020, it's going to get to the point where a 50 gram of backy is like $300. No shit, it's going to get there. It's ridiculous. But
so just switch.
Stop vaping, y'all. Stop vaping. It'll save your money. Save your life. Save your life. Hey, we got some more peeps out and strolling on in. What's up going out there to Drop Beer? Drop Beer Woodworks is chilling over in Aussie, and I just want to give Drop Beer a shout out. He was on Pippa's show the other day, Stars and Clouds Creative, and was playing around with a few DIYs, and we happened to have tuned in while we were chilling around at Maxie's place. And unless you've changed it, honey, I think the juice got named after us. What was it? I'm Kiwi Melons. Something random like that. So there's yet another e-liquid of DIY styles out there. I believe the recipe's up on ELR. Yeah, ELR? E-liquid recipes, yeah, I think that's the right one. Please correct me if I've got that wrong, Drop Beer. So shout out to you, darling, because that was a hilarious show to watch, and lots of melon puns for the girls of Kiwiland.
Yes,
I shall leave it
and
at
the
that.
fascination with New Zealand, that cracked me up.
Yeah, also a big shout out going to Matthew. I just seen strolling.
Well, fun.
Yes, Mr. Matthew, you missed your shout out, darling, but holla, Pop It is happening right now on my RDA. And I seen somebody else. Yes, I saw James strolling. There was somebody else. Oh, darlings, you know we love you, and we try and shout out to all of you, but I am not keeping up with chat right this second.
It's so hard.
I hope everybody is fabulous. Anyway, so I don't know. I had a highlight moment from the weekend.
Yes, that's right.
I had a highlight moment. It happened to. Okay, I gotta let y'all in a little secret. So my highlight moment was caught in a snap of photography, and it was a highlight because of the fascination that's created around this mod. So my highlight moment was when I was doing the show and shine competition and talking to all of the entrants. And so show and shine is a competition we do for those of you overseas who aren't aware, where pretty much you get all your nice pretties and you enter your pretty. So there's two categories. There's custom which effectively is whether you are a modder and you've built your own mod, or you've gotten a mod and you have altered it, customized it in a building aspect some way, or its exterior. So that's the custom category. So that's where modders would totally fit into that category. Or there is the factory category, which is something like this. This would be in the factory category because I didn't make it, but I was involved with the customization of his imagery, but it was factory made. So those are the two categories that we have. And my highlight moment was when I was speaking to a fellow vendor, I'm not a vendor.
A fellow vapor who is
vapor who is a vendor. Yeah, that's the one. Elite Liquids, Mr. Ken, love you, dear Ken. We have had Elite Liquids on the show previously doing a tasting, and Ken's a dabbler in the mod world. He likes to tinker and tutu and invent things and create and get it out of its packet and break it apart and reinvent it into something else. However, this particular mod that he entered was in the custom category, and he had made a squonk out of cardboard and paper. Yes, you heard me right. Cardboard and paper. So the exterior was done in cardboard, and then it was clear coated with like a resin on the outside to stiffen the cardboard, so it made it a proper exterior. And the internals were paper that he'd also resin to stiffen that as well. Metal contacts, all the normal,
the usual things that you would expect on the inside of a mod.
Excuse me, an amazing squonk. This moment, I've seen this mod before. He's entered this mod before in a previous show and shine in Tauranga last year. However, being what it is, it's made from cardboard and paper and Kiwi ingenuity and a little bit of thinking outside the box. And my highlight moment was just literally being snapped with my mouth open like I was jaw-dropping. It was, or something of similar face. And it happened to be, it was caught by one of the photographers on the day and is in the pile of official photos. I think they're up on the Wellington Vape Day 2018 page, or the link to the Dropbox where they are is, I believe. So that was my highlight, was talking to Ken about this mod. Albeit I've seen this mod before, many out there in the community haven't. And so we were talking on the live stream and showing everybody, and Ken actually took out this category. We gave him first place because of the detail. Not just that it was cardboard and paper and it worked and it was fully functioning mod, but it was the detail. You know, punched out the contact points where your batteries hit and the little detailing on the inside just beyond throwing a mod together. And it was a truly amazing piece. And like I said, albeit I've seen the mod before, the expression on my face just for sharing of the wow that was the ingenuity that went behind this mod, and me getting snapped just like that in that moment with my mouth open. So that was my hilarity highlight of the day.
So, and following on from that, I mean, this, I'm going to end up sort of like mentioning my mum again. When you started speaking to each of like the people regarding like the show and shine, you actually made her ears prick up, because throughout the day, I mean, it's like, yeah, you can listen to as much as you can. I mean, it's like, yeah, my mum, she would hear my voice and would naturally sort of look over and listen. But yeah, when it's like, oh, okay, so you're talking, oh, here, have the mic. So when you were talking to Ken, all of a sudden my mum's like, huh, what's going on over there? Because all of a sudden there must have been something that you'd said that piqued her interest, that made her like suddenly stop and listen. And she was like, what's happening? So Dad ended up like explaining what the show and shine was, and so Mum kind of had like a little bit of a peek around. She was like, what are you looking at? And he goes, what, made out of cardboard and paper? That one should win. Like immediately, like straight off the bat, she was like, that one.
It did go, it did.
Yeah, so yeah, she was stoked. Like as soon as you like announced that Ken had won it, I looked over at Mum and I pointed at her like, hey, and she was like...
And of course, that's not to take away from any of the other amazing mods that were on the table. It was just my little highlight moment of the day. And of course, if you guys want to catch any of these moments that we're talking about, the competitions we're talking about, those videos from the live stream are up on the Wellington Vape Day page, where you guys across the globe, any of you can go and have a look. It's an open public page up on Facebook, you guys can go and see what our day was all about. I just saw a wee question out there in chat.
I saw a statement out there too. Garrett reckons that he's aiming to dethrone Mr. Ken.
Ooh.
In 2019. I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Oh, neither can I. That will be quite interesting. So I've been asked to hold out my mod again. So if you missed it, there you go, darling. There is my MOXLEY NZ DRIPPIN Dolls custom mod from BJ Box Mods. So if you can see, these are the original lips, guys. These are the original lips that I created for the DRIPPIN Dolls over 2 years ago now.
Yeah, which are currently sort of like down the side of...
Yeah, the originals are down Megan's side over there. So they're the original lips that I created for the group 2 years ago, and on the back is the Ohm Kiwis, which this wee beauty is just fabulous. I love this. Now I don't know if the HD will pick it up. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Oh, on my button.
My face.
On my button. Oh, yeah, there it goes. On my button is my watermark. It is focusing. So hang on, stick my arm over. There you go. My watermark is on my arm. Just because there's a white wall behind me. Yeah, and that is my personal lips as my watermark that I use, which is a variation of the DRIPPIN Dolls lips and stuff. So yeah, this is, hang on, I'll open it for you. This is a BJ Box Mods, darling. So this has come from the States. And if you weren't already aware, BJ Box Mods is also Brandon Campion, who is the infamous Broadside.
Broadside.
Represent. Love you, Brandon.
Yes. Love your work, darling.
Oh, bless. So do you guys have any questions going on about Vape Day?
I'm trying not to cloud you out because I'm well aware that there's a cross breeze going that way.
It's okay. It's okay. We're in a vape shop. It's all right.
Oh, I forgot. I work at a vape shop.
So if you've got any questions about the weekend, about the day, about any of the comps, about how shit goes down in New Zealand, feel free to ask, guys. But we do have 3 winners to pump out to you guys. I know you're all waiting, anticipating. How about we do one of them winners now, eh? We've got three to do, so we'll break it up a little bit. So
oh, before we do that, just to answer like Tony's question really quickly. No, it's not my new webcam. No, I'm gonna have to make sure that I get this right. Ben and Amy were absolutely awesome, and had gifted me a webcam to be able to do like any future reviews, which is really awesome. So the webcam that they actually gifted me is the same webcam that I already have. So what I used to do when we used to do the reviews is that I would shut my camera down, reposition, and then try and make sure that it was all set up. And there were times where I'm trying to sort of fiddle around with it that I'd forgotten to mute myself, and people are like, "Can hear Megan breathing." Stop! Leave me alone. So yeah, they were awesome. And yeah, they were nice enough to sort of get me a webcam. And then just because I know that Lawrence is out there, because now that we have like now I have like a decent, like well lit spot, we're probably looking at possibly maybe trying to sort of do some foil build stuff in the shop. Like if I happen to do the show and we have nothing to really talk about, and so Megan, do the show from the shop and then do some builds. Yeah, so yes,
it's totally gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen this year.
Yeah,
so totally is gonna happen. Alright, so Mr. Garrett out there has a question. You can answer this one.
A question?
There you go. What were the rules? Are you, hang on, we need clarification. Are you referring to the cloud comp rules, G?
I think he's referring to like the show and shine.
Or, okay. What were the rules?
You
must fire any
those.
maximum amperage or voltage. If you're talking about show and shine, then there are no rules around it firing at all. It is all about the exterior.
The aesthetics.
Yeah.
Although in some regard you
might
show
and shine of the mod. If you're talking about cloud comps, about specifically met comp, of course there's amperage limits, voltage, all of those things. So clarify your question a little bit, honey. Love you, James. Always good to see you, honey. Hope you have a great night. Oh my god, it's so awesome to see so many Americans still up hanging out right at this minute. We know it's late over there for you guys. We always love the support of you guys chilling with us.
We does.
We always love the support. Okay, well, why don't you think about elaborating? Elaborating?
Oh, it's a question for Lauren.
Oh, okay then. Fine. Ask your question
Whatever.
in chat
No.
then. All right then. Hey TC, how you doing, honey? All right, guys, we're going to draw our first winner. Oh, hang on.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on. I don't have a pen and paper, so I have to get my memo out so that I can take notes.
We've got pens. Just need paper.
Oh look, I have a tissue.
Yes, Maxie. Maxie the assistant.
Maxie the assistant, I need a paper, please. So that I can write down the winner so I know who it is when I go home in the morning. I'm flying home in the morning, so next week's show, of course, will be next week's show will be from home and all the usuals. Hey Raven, how you doing? All right. So, if you guys missed it, last week on the show we did the IVAPE Australia tasting of the latest.
Just over on that side, the logo. The logo's on the other side.
Oh, it's there. It's there. IVAPE Australia. There we go. Love you, Jackie. Love you, Shane. So we did the tasting last week of 6 of the newest flavors on the premium line, and the competition, of course, was entry hashtag IVAPE2 because you vape too. Yeah, and there's 3 winners, and up for grabs is 100ml each of your choice off the IVAPE premium line. So the ones we did last week, the ones we've talked about before, my infamous Sugar Baby, all of these things are on the premium line, and winner gets choice. Winner gets choice of what you would like to try. So we're going to do the first winner of the 3, guys. IVAPE winners, making sure I got my thing on the paper. Alright, winner number 1. Okay, just changing screen off the chat for a second, y'all. Going over to the comment picker and drum roll, and the winner is Tamlin, darling. Oh, congratulations.
You are winner number 1.
You're winner number 1. Miss Tamlin is one of our NZ dolls, and she is hailing, she's here local in Wellington, I believe. Tamlin. All right. You're on my paper, honey. All right. If you don't know the deets, if you've never seen the show, please message me at the Ohm Kiwis page, and it'll be me that answers you, and we will sort out address, details, all the what have you to suss your prize. Please keep in mind, guys, that any of you that win, your juice will be coming from Australia, and because of the laws in Australia, they will all be sent at 0 meg. So if you have your own nick at home, or you have a vape shop near you that can nick your juice for you, sweet, because yeah, you will be receiving 0. Hey, Ren Vapes, how you doing, honey? All right, yay, congrats, Tamlin. Yeah, that's so exciting. You will love them. You will love them. Try Sugar Baby. Try Sugar Baby. All right,
no subliminal messages whatsoever.
None.
Sugar Baby's amazing.
Right, we will draw more winners as we keep yarning. So, of course, guys, if you wanna know things, if you have any questions, any of the things, just ask. Because tonight is cash as. Maxie, stop that. There's a delay. Bloody Lurk is in the background.
Yeah, she's watching us and hearing us real time. You guys get us probably about 20 seconds after.
Sorry. Until someone else does next time.
Yeah, next time count to 20. That's awesome. My bad. Sorry, we'll just have a moment here. Oh my god, it's so hot.
Yeah,
Where
it
is
just
the
seemed it's like, yeah, we didn't get to catch up, Tamlin.
Oh.
I remember seeing you from across the room and thought, yeah, I need to go over and say hello to Tamlin again, because I think what is it, we've met up twice, like in person, but on a very short time frame. So yes.
I got to meet you, Tamlin, and it was wonderful, and thank you for your awesome message that you sent me today. It's always lovely to get the loves and send the loves from a fellow pain sufferer is the only way I can put that. As well as an awesome fellow vapor, and of course one of our different dolls.
Drink this before it gets warm.
Yeah, Maxie's right. Out there in chat, she just goes, at least you know it's not rigged. It's not rigged. There's just a delay. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, honey? Oh, bless. Oh my god, I'm melting.
I am sticking to my top like
I'm sticking to
something
the seat.
chronic.
Sorry, guys, I'm just having a moment. Sticking to my seat. Oh, bless. So, was there, okay, I know there's a couple of organisers out in chat, so maybe this is from our experience. So there's actually 2 or 3 out there. Hey Raven, another Raven, how you doing? Do you have any tips, thoughts on the day where maybe there could be improvement, learning, growth, involvement for the events, whether it be Wellington, whether it be past ones, you know, progressing? We've done quite a few of these events now, so progressing forward, you know, like I have a history in event management, so I see lots of little things all the time, but depending on the region, depending on the way people want to organize, everyone's flow is different. There's lots of many ways to run an event, so there's always constant involvement going on.
Let us compete.
What she said. We want to blow the clouds too.
I mean, yeah, I was a bit gutted, which is why we sort of like had Maxie step in. It's like, no, we can't enter the things. Push. Yeah, like there were a number of us that gave Maxie a bit of a push with entering the coil comp. And yeah, she hesitated for a bit, and it's like, look, I can get you set up. I've got a build thing set up down there. There's a table, and it's like, yeah, we can get you sort of started. And yeah, she's hooked. Yeah, so I think she's gonna wrangle something special for the Taranaki coil build comp that they're gonna have up there. So
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be way cool.
So I've been teaching her little tips and things here and there, and yeah, it's interesting. Like I've heard a few people have told her that she's lucky, lucky to have access to somebody like myself, and it's like, well, it's lucky I have a build space where I can go have at it. And she's in the middle of actually putting together a build station in her own sort of little vape / fish room space.
Vape cave. It's a vape cave. It's a fish vape cave.
Fish vape cave?
It's a fish vape cave. Fishy vape cave.
A fishy vape cave.
A vape cave with fish in it. Just for clarity. Just for clarity.
Be lots of fish once she gets everything all up and running. Woo! It's an impressive space.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, no, I actually have to agree with you there, honey. Just like every event is different, and there are many things that, of course, you know, everything has chaos on the day. Everybody is always busy. There's a million and one things to do and a million and one things forgotten until the day, and then of course, you know, time is always a thing when you're involved with the day, but definitely just the same as the vendors are allowed to compete and be a part of it with the punters, so should the organisers, because all of us, we're all vape community. So yeah, our 2 cents, we reckon we should be able to.
I mean, like with the organisers, I mean, if they wanted to compete, I mean, a lot of them had never attended a vape day before, so it would have been nice to have seen them like compete as well for the first time.
Would have been real cool.
We're very much welcoming in terms of anybody competing. We're always going to be supportive and everything. I mean, like I ended up mentioning, like on the day, is like giving like a round of applause of for all the competitors for their efforts. I mean, like I said, it's like we do it for fun, and yeah, some do it for a laugh. Others are really competitive and get into like that whole competitive mode and are in it to win it.
In it to win it. Gotta be in it to win it. That's the thing. Yeah. And well,
I mean, I don't enter any of the comps to.
It's not about being in it to win it, but of course you can only win it if you're in it. It's about the participation, isn't it? It's about being part of your community and feeling as though everybody is on the same page, whether you're a punter, a vendor, or you know, Joe Blogs walked in off the street. If you want to enter too, hey, why not? Participation. We're all community. That's what it comes down to, eh? Community. I'm having an O-ring issue here. I'll just put that one down.
Just give it the finger.
Yeah. Having an O-ring issue. Can't get my top cap on properly.
Stop a fang.
It's the only. I just want to concur. I can't remember who I saw say it on one of the other American shows the other day. I actually think it was someone on Mark's show, Vaping Fagan. Have to concur. I love your work, Brian. I love the drop. But Digiflavor, what the fuck is up with the cheap O-rings? They are shit. My 2 cents. If you guys aren't aware, the Vapor Chronicles TVC is the creator of the drop, and Digiflavor is the manufacturer. And yep, Digiflavor, better O-rings, please. Better O-rings.
I just got like a comment in there from Lauren. I think the fairest accusations of rigging. I wouldn't win, but if I did, I'd be worried about being accused of fleecing free shit.
How? If you're not the judge, how is it being rigged?
Yeah, none of the competitions have ever been rigged in the past. There's no way to rig it, because everyone's watching. You blow a smaller cloud than the other person, and then all of a sudden it's like you win. Then yeah, I could understand that, but no, all of the competitions are judged fairly. I don't think I've ever seen any fallout on any of the past vape days.
No, never.
I've attended all of them but Hawke's Bay, and there's never been any drama whatsoever regarding the judging of the competitions.
Oh, OG Goon O-rings, cool. Thanks TC. I will do that when I get home. I have some OG Goon O-rings at home. Great tip. Absolutely fabulous tip. Actually, yeah, do we have any tips for people who, if they want to go to a vape day, what's a tip we could give them? Tips?
Pack light.
Ooh. Shit, yeah, that's a good one. Word.
My first vape day, I took everything. Worst thing I could ever have done. Yeah, pack light. If possible, pack snacks if you can't sort of like get to food immediately. And by snacks I mean it still sort of coincides with the whole pack light. So like Mox, for instance, she travels. Whenever she travels, she's got scroggin and muesli bars, just little things that are easy to carry. You don't have to bring everything and the kitchen sink with you to a vape day. You don't have to do that. Make it easy for yourself, because you're going to be carrying all of the stuff with you all day unless
And
you
you're going home
know a
with
vendor.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going home with all the awesome of whatever you buy in, the freebie juices, whatever happens on the day, any mods you might win, anything, the stuff you're going to come home with.
Yeah. So pack a
Pack light.
backpack
Yeah.
in case you've got stuff. So yeah, so pack a backpack, pack light, take only what you're going to be vaping on, and yeah, and drink water. Keep yourself
Yes.
hydrated.
Water. That's on the general as a vapor, but on a vape day when you're in a room that is absolutely clouded out continuously all motherfucking day long, water. You cannot hydrate enough.
Yeah.
TC, just to answer you there, I've got the silver drop. It was gifted to me from Pippa, Stars and Vapes Creative over in Australia for my birthday. And yeah, Niji, I totally agree with you there. They're just too tight. See, look, I can't even get it on properly. Oh, you can't actually see it properly. It's not sitting on.
Gappage.
There's gappage because that bottom O-ring's just being a bitch right now. So I'll just put it down.
Before she throws it.
No, there's no throw. That's my baby.
No, but you could take the eddy off and just.
I wouldn't do that to Brian. I love Brian too much. I do love the drop. It's a great RDA. Just the O-ring. Just the O-ring. Well, you could bring a tent. You could bring a tent, Sandy, and pitch it outside, and then when you win stuff, we'll get the thing, take it outside, stash it in the tent. But you want to be able to lock that tent, don't you?
See, now that just reminds me of like my first camping trip that I took with my flatmate. It was so funny. We'd gone down south and we needed to leave the campsite to do our grocery shopping. And she's like, oh, do you have your padlocks? And I was like, oh yeah, I've got the padlocks. All of a sudden I see she's padlocking up like the zips on the doors. Like the tent that we had only had sort of like two entrances, so you know, one in the front, one in the back, and like padlock them up. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's locking up the tent. You do realize that the tent is made of material, right? It's not going to take much for someone to come at it with a knife.
Yeah, maybe a tent at a vape day isn't such a flash idea, but yeah, definitely a backpack and definitely a pack light. Oh yes, another tip for a vape day. Very valid out there in chat. When people say to you, please stop vaping or go outside if you are unconsciously vaping and continue to, because we need to clear the room for certain competitions or before a comp starts, please listen, because and I'll own this. Several vape days in the past, there have been known to be Moxie on the mic going, right bitches, if you're going to vape next, you can get the fuck out. Because when we want to judge a competition, we want it to be fair for everybody. So please, when you're told to stop vaping, or you just realize you can't and it's your natural unconscious thing, step outside. If you want to watch that comp, please make a conscious effort, because it just, you want it to be fair for everybody. If you were in that competition and the room's cluttered out and you're like in that heat where you're like switch and we can't tell who's winning, but the room's all cloudy, you know, like that's when if you were that participant and you're standing up there, you want your cloud to be seen so you can be judged fairly. So yeah, please listen to that one thing, guys. It really is the biggest thing on the day that organizers get pissy about, because it's valid, because we're trying to make it fair for everybody. Yeah, nobody wants to be like, oh, but such and such won, or such and such had the bigger cloud, and you're like, well, we couldn't see that. We want to be able to see your cloud. So yeah, that's what that comes down to. Many people got told off many times, but yeah,
yes,
it's been a thing for me to get a little bit, oh, you lot, get the fuck out.
and to be honest, I mean, if you're one of those Wellingtonians who have been to like the last two, or even like the last two vape days, we didn't really have competitions. So this year was the first time we actually had cloud comps happening. So I'm not surprised if people kind of just naturally forgot, or just had that instinctive thing to pick up their mod and just vape on it. But yeah, for the competition's sake, don't vape. If you get told, stop vaping for the next however long it's going to be to when the competition starts. Don't vape. And then it's the same sort of deal like with doing like the trick comps, for instance. If we can get like the air conditioning and things like off and sort of stop that air movement, we want you to not vape and don't move, because we want that air to be as still as possible in order for those tricksters to pull off those amazing tricks.
Yeah. There's a couple of people out in chat who were at the last Christchurch Vape Day, and they're having memories of me telling people off on the mic.
Oh yeah, I loved it when you told people off. It was so amazing.
I get my mum's a high school teacher, so I grew up with that voice all the time. I get that voice on. You guys know the one when the teacher's telling you off and you're that kid down the back of the room who's still talking. Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
It can be quite hilarious. But yeah, there's just a few little things for a vape day. If you don't take money, don't rely on freebies. That's another thing. Not every vape day has free things to hand out. Vendors don't always have free things. You're not always going to win a competition. All the things. So don't expect, because there's no, don't expect
free shit.
Don't expect. Vape days aren't team free shit. They really aren't.
No, because the vendors are there, they're trying to make money as well, and you have so many vendors who come from all over the country and they make the effort to be there to try and sell their wares. So please be a good punter. Buy something from each of the vendors, even if it's something small, because at least then they can walk away from that vape day and go, yes, I had a successful vape day.
Yeah, I know, I get the mum voice on. I'm not even a mum. I have 8 godkids though, so I know I have that mum voice. And 2 nephews. I knows it. It's always hilarious. Yeah, there was a couple other comments there about Christchurch Vape Day last year as well. That microphone I had, oh my god.
Oh, it was so annoying.
Oh my god. That's another thing. That's just a tip for organisers right there.
Ensure that your shit works.
Yeah, please make sure, whether it's for your MCs, whether it's for your own crew who are running the day, however, whatever, make sure your electronic equipment works. And this isn't in reference to the event just happened. This is I'm just talking about last year's Christchurch Vape Day. We had 2 mics, and both of them had broken cables, so they were crackly and kept going,
cutting out
and in and out. So getting the
and then when Mox is trying to tell people off and then it's cutting out, she was getting even more angry, because it's like, okay, I'm trying to tell you guys to do something, and all of a sudden the mic stops working, so she's like frustrated at the mic. So
I just ended up yelling.
You can see her, like she's like, come on.
Yeah, I just ended up yelling at the whole event space. It was so hilarious. But and then it turned into a bit of a joke. But at the end of the day, the frustration had gone. It was just this long running entire day joke where I'd just be like, and I'm just making sounds until the mic started working properly. Yeah. So everybody heard every sound come out my mouth that day. That was quite hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, for the Wellington event, yeah, the media stuff that we used was excellent. I mean, for Christchurch, we had, like Mox had said, bung cables, so the microphones were corded. However, Wellington Vape Day, we had cordless mics, which was excellent. And Kral did a really awesome thing and made the incentive of, however, he did ask me, and I thought it was a spectacular idea, walking around to each of the vendor tables. So in between things, as nothing was happening, he would go from table to table, talking to the vendors and getting them to speak about what's going on at their table. And it's like, that's
lots
excellent.
of them had amazing specials. I mean, like, if you can take money along to a vape day, go and support your vendors. All of them have specials on the day. Oh yes, hey Jen, I see you there. Another one of our dolls has rolled on in. 44 South Jen's in the house. Yeah, it was very much blah 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 blah. Oh, I was doing the vampire, wasn't I? I did not say a blah blah.
No,
I was
blah, blah,
saying,
blah.
I was saying blah blah blah.
Often, every time it cut out. And then when it would come back, it was right when you said blah, blah, blah. The stupid mic.
That was,
and then just like, there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, blah, blah, blah. And it would come through the speaker system. It's like,
It was quite hilarious. But yeah, that's just a wee tip for organisers. That usually actually comes down to the venue and whatever gear you're using at the venue.
yeah,
Oh, the hilarity of it all.
it was great.
It was great. Hey, should we do another winner? Should we do another winner, guys? Are you
Another
waiting?
winner?
You waiting for it? You hanging?
One more?
Waiting for it? Still
Well,
got
we've got
two.
two.
Still got two more to announce. Still got two more. All right, guys. Let's do another winner. I know Jackie and Shane are out there listening intently. 3 hours behind over in oh, you need to refresh the page and then reload the URL. Jackie and Shane are over there in Queensland, over in Oz, listening to us in the shop. They're 3 hours behind, so this shop's still open. So drum roll. Trying not to tap the table too much and shake the camera around. And the winner is Miss Jo Sanderson. Congrats, Jo. How you doing? Yay! That's hang on, I better write down. That is
Winner number 2.
that's Auckland, now Hamilton Jo.
One of the lurkers.
Are you lurking tonight, Jo? Are you here? Are you lurking? I haven't seen her in chat tonight. I've seen other Jo. Alright. Yay! Congrats! 2 dolls have won. This is awesome because Jackie is one of our Oz dolls. So it's always cool when dolls are helping support other dolls, even if it's just random winning. So congrats to Tamlin and to Jo. They are 2 of our 3 winners. We've still got 1 yet to announce. And of course, message me at the Ohm Kiwis page and we will do the address, the swappy and suss out your prize, honey.
And then we can, once we've gotten all of the winners' details, we will then pass that on to Jackie and Shane at IVAPE Australia, and they will then sort out the prizes.
Sorry, just reading chat. People remembering the things that I was doing on the microphone last year. It was a bit of hilarity. It got ridiculous by the end of the day, and it was just hilarious. Raven, I see your question out there, and I'm not quite sure how to answer it, darling. You have
best advice for new reviewers.
New reviewers. See, Megs and I don't really consider ourselves reviewers, even though we have been doing a few
the odd
hardware
reviews. I suppose if you were looking to do reviews, and if I were to offer any advice, be different. Be different. Be different from what every other reviewer's doing out there. That's the big one.
Our difference as reviewers when we do those shows is the fact we do them live and we do them as part of our show. We don't do a little 10-minute video review like you find on YouTube, which is fine when that's specifically what you guys want to go out there and search for and you're looking for a review, those short videos. But that's how ours is different. We encompass it as part of our show and we still do a 2-hour show, and it's just part of what we're talking about that night. That's the only thing I feel that makes our format different, because it's done live and it's done as an existing part of a show.
And as we're doing said review, we're discussing amongst ourselves,
like
as well as with you guys, as if we're talking about the product together.
You know, like here in a vape shop, we're hanging out on a couch and we're all talking about a new product as a group of friends. That's how we talk to you guys and share our reviewing, as though we're just community having a chat about the latest thing that's in our hands.
And following on from like what TC Vapes just said out in chat, be yourself. Exactly. Don't try and be someone different, although some of our reviewers out there in old YouTube land have personas.
We talk about you, Sam.
Mr. Bogan.
Mr. Bogan. We love you, Sammy.
So yeah, be yourself, relax, don't think about it so much, and
Oh yes, Joe out there from Christchurch has said, be funny. As a watcher, somebody who is watching, you know, you can do facts, you can do all the things that you want to tell the people, and you can do it with a bit of humour.
yeah, we try. Do we? Do we succeed?
I don't
Guys?
know. I don't know if I'm funny, but I know I'm gonna make a dick of myself with you lot.
Yeah. I know sometimes I can be funny.
Banging out the comedian last night, weren't you? Oh, hilarious. Oh, try not to lean on the table, shaking the camera around.
Oh yeah, the table moves.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It is not an earthquake. Unless we end up saying it is.
Oh, actually, that's a really good point, Niji. Get something, review something inexpensive hardware that no one else is reviewing, so that it's affordable for who your viewer might be. Not necessarily well, of course we love to see the amazing high-end stuff, and everybody likes hearing about that latest pretty shiny that's going to cost them 3 paychecks to save for. But as Joe Blogs vapor, who may be just starting out or maybe intermediate, just getting into a bit more of the vape life as a hobby rather than just stopping smoking, yeah, review affordable products for your viewers. It makes it far more relatable because that's something that they can actually obtain.
Yeah.
Cool, no worries, Raven. I hope that's been helpful to you, darling. Like I say, we don't really consider ourselves reviewers, we're just YouTubers, but it has been definitely something that has flowed with the progression of our show from just doing tastings. See, and of course, if you're new to the show and you don't understand how we do a tasting, not a juice review, then I've said this on many a show before, the difference that we do is that we are tasting the juice and comparing it from our palate, what we're tasting, to the vendor's profile that they've put on their website that you, the consumer, the purchaser, are looking at. So if you're reading a juice and you're like, you know, oh, strawberry and banana bubblegum, just picking on that one, then that's what you're going to expect to taste, isn't it? When you purchase, you're paying money for a product, that's what you want to receive. So when we do a tasting, we're just comparing, is that vendor's profile of their juice true to the product we have received? So that's the difference, where we don't consider ourselves a reviewer and giving our opinion of the juice, our personal view. Sure, we do that for you guys anyway, and you know, tell you if we love it. We don't necessarily tell you if we hate it, but we're going to be honest about what we're tasting compared to the vendor's profile. So that's how our tastings work, rather than why we don't call them juice reviews.
Yeah, and the reason why we don't necessarily call like our juice tasting reviews is because everyone, it's subjective. Everyone's taste is completely different. So like, for instance, Mox absolutely loves Sugar Baby. Yes, I like Sugar Baby, but I don't love it as much as Mox does. And I love Jackfruit Jungle, made by someone local here in New Zealand.
And I like it, but I don't love it.
She doesn't love it, yeah. So it's difficult to really do juice reviews, and
especially when there's 2 of us too. You know, which is also a different element about our show. The fact that there is, if one of us isn't available, we won't do the show. We will always do the show together, because it's about our banter, our interaction, and how that,
and we bounce off each other. Yeah,
with you guys.
Yeah. Yes, we like to bounce ideas off each other, and yeah, it feels more comfortable having someone to speak to.
Oh yes, easily. Big love, Steve. I hope you have a great night, honey, and I hope your kids get better soon.
Yes. And I'm the same, Tony. I love honest reviewers. I
like to think we're honest. We ain't telling you guys bullshit. That's for sure. Yeah. Like to hashtag keep it real. Trying. Trying to keep it real.
And I noticed that there was a comment up there from Naomi.
Oh, what did Naomi say?
She was asking me a question. Am I on the piss? Just one.
Just one. She's having one.
Yeah.
The shop's shut
hot.
now. It's a shop, and Megan doesn't drive, so she's allowed.
It's hot. It's hot, and I need something cool and refreshing to drink, and water just isn't cutting it. It's good for like hydration and stuff, but you know when you finish a day at work and it's hot and you just want to crack open a cold one, today is one of those days.
Yeah, totes. Yeah, see, that's just it, TC. We will always tell you, yeah, the layers, the flavors coming through, the blends. Again, like that profile, we're comparing to what the vendor has written on their website. But you know, quite honestly, we'll say if it's not something we'll usually vape, if it's not a profile that usually fits in our usual rotation or what have you. But it doesn't mean that the juice itself isn't good. It just might not be something that we would add to our daily.
So like I've mentioned a number of times on the show that I don't like I'm a fickle vapor. I like my fruity vapes, but there's a lot of fruit out there that I don't like, so I won't vape it. And it's the same with like a lot of like the desserts, the tobaccos, I think there's probably like some beverages. There's a number of vapes out there that I don't like. So whenever we come across those particular flavor profiles and I don't necessarily like it, it's like I grit my teeth and I bear it. I do get surprised, and I do have to say, sort of working here at the shop, I've been surprised by a number of our vendors here who actually supply us juice. Fog Farm, you've been a surprise. Matt, if you're still out there. Warren, Deep South Resistance, that's been an absolute surprise. It's like, wow. Fucking wow.
Warren, message me. I want your juice on the show.
I might PM you later, bro. No. And who else is really sort of like piqued my interest? I mean, yeah, we've had Elite and we've had Joe's Cloud House, which we also stock here on the show, and yeah, I've always known them to be quite good. However, I did get rather surprised. Joe's Cloud House have a tobacco vape, because I know that we only asked for like his top 6. Was it that one?
Oh no!
Oh no, he gave us the full line except for like his tobacco.
He gave us the full line at that stage,
Yeah.
except the tobacco.
Yeah, so he's got like a tobacco vape in there called Big T. I was very surprised by it. Like a customer wanted to try it, and we use tanks as testers, and if they've been sitting for a while, you know, tank users, you know this happens. It sort of builds up a little bit of juice at the bottom and it gets a bit spitty. So I don't want to give that spitty tank to the customer, so I generally try to flick out that excess juice, and then I'll vape it a little bit until I get it, you know, dry enough so that it's not spitting at them. And then I'll hand it over and I'll give them a try. So I tried Big T on the tank and I was like, oh wow. Wow.
Really?
Wow.
That's big coming from someone who never smoked.
Yeah.
A tobacco vape.
Yes. I mean, it's like, I've tried. I love you, Ken. I do, Ken. I don't like your tobacco vapes. They're not very good. But then I don't like tobacco vapes, so of course I'm going to sort of like go, no, it's not good. It's because I don't like them. But yeah, Big T was quite surprising. I still push, I still push Ken's tobacco flavors, because he supplies us with our little 10ml bottles that we can hand over to like our beginners who are buying their beginner starter kits and things, and they're a good cheap option. And yeah, it's all of the vendors have been very they've made me speechless. See, I'm getting tongue tied. Speechless.
Absolutely speechless, darling. Oh, speaking of speechless, let's just do it. Let's do this last winner, eh? Let's do the last winner. We've only got half an hour to go, guys, and as you can see, we're just casual chatting with y'all tonight. Talking about the things, anything y'all want to know. Talking about the things.
All the things and the stuff and the things.
So, we'll do this last winner for the IVAPE competition. The last winner winning 100ml of their choice of the premium line. Drum roll.
And the winner is...
The winner is MS. Oh my god, congrats, honey. I don't actually know your name, but I did see you out in chat, so I know you're lurking right now. Congrats. Please message me at the Facebook page of the Ohm Kiwis, and we will sort your details and do the thing and suss your prize, honey. Oh my god. Please, of course, when you message us at the Ohm Kiwis page, let me know that you are MS, because obviously that's just your name on YouTube, your screen name. I did see you lurking out there in chat. I did see you. So congratulations to all 3 of our winners. I have no idea if MS is male or female, but congratulations.
Big round of applause.
Round of applause. Yeah, congrats to Tamlin Joe and to MS. You guys will love it. Love it. I love IVAPE. We love Jackie and Shane. Jackie and Shane are amazing people. They're big supporters of ours, and we will always support them, and can't wait to meet them in person when they come over to New Zealand next year for a hang. They're coming over for a hang. So yeah, well, they're coming over for whānau reasons, family stuff as well, but they'll be...
Yes, because Shane's a Kiwi.
Shane's a Kiwi! Yeah. Just one of the reasons why we love them so much. one of the reasons.
They're absolutely fabulous people, and yeah, we love them to bits.
Oh, so congratulations to all 3 of our winners tonight. Get in touch with me on the Ohm Kiwis page on Facebook, guys, and we will suss the things and get you all sorted. Oh, you will love them. You will absolutely love them. Yay, yay. I'm gonna remember to take this bit of paper home.
Yes, don't lose that piece of paper.
Yay. Oh yeah, congratulations so much. 100ml too, it's an awesome prize. Reminding you again, of course, that coming from Australia, all of those juices will be 0 mg. So if you are near a vape shop, have a local vape shop, or have Nick at home that you import yourself and can edit yourself, sweet, you'll be sorted. Yeah, silly Australian laws. Silliness. Silliness. I'm getting all hot and bothered.
Same.
I'm melting. I'm melting. So, darlings, it's the last part of the show. Do you have any more random questions for us? Is there anything
random?
Random.
Well, random question.
We've had a few randomness going on already. Thank you, Maxie, who's been throwing out all the links while we've been doing all the talking, doing the wrench thing. Loves girl. Yeah, what else would you guys like to know about Welly? It was, like I say, it was a great day. Of course, all of those live feeds that were done there on replay up on the Wellington Vape Day 2018 Facebook page that is fully public. You guys around the globe can view that and the day's events if you so wish to. We did a couple of live videos on our Ohm Kiwis page, just a random hang and chat at the beginning of the day, or before the day got really going, and then I did a random walk around later and showed you guys some of what the vendors have got going on in New Zealand.
Yes.
We would have loved to have done more, but we were busy, and yeah, like it was a great day. The comps, the people. My favorite thing about every vape day, and I know this is the same for you, is catching up with everybody, whether we have met you before, whether you're a name that we interact with online within the community, and we get to put your face to your name, hang out with the community and say, hey, what's up? In person is fucking awesome every time. Every time. Ooh, holla! Meg's is getting date invitations out in chat.
Yes, Maxie, I'm priceless.
How much for a date with Megan? Is she for sale, Link? just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, bless. Hey, Matt, if you're still lurking, I'm really enjoying Poppet. Saying, really enjoying the Poppet. We will have Fog Fun featuring on the show for a tasting in not too distant future. Haven't. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it is.
There it goes. Oh,
Sort of.
anyway, Matt, we will have Fog Farm on the show, and yeah, not too distant future. Haven't locked down the date yet, but that is coming up.
Ohm Kiwis good.
We've got a few juices coming up actually in the next wee while. I'm not gonna give away too much, but we have exciting things happening this year. Drippin' Dolls are going to be doing exciting things. Us as the Drippin' Dolls are going to be doing exciting things. I haven't even told Megan yet. Surprise!
I'm alive.
For those of you, surprise, I'm alive. For those of you that are waiting on the next run of Drippin' Dolls hats, if you are in the Drippin' Dolls New Zealand Oz group that we run, I'm sort of like the manager of the Australasian Dolls. I'm not sure that manager is the right word, but I look after the Australasian Dolls, New Zealand, Australia, and yeah, we will be doing another run of hats. My hat is sitting there on the chair. That's my military hat. Also doing snapbacks and beanies as well for New Zealand Dolls and Oz Dolls and the generic Drippin' Dolls logo. That'll be coming up shortly. If you're not in the Drippin' Dolls group and you want to be, sorry guys, of course this is girls only. Link is in the description. All of our things are down in the description if you want to find me and Megs anywhere on the internet of great vaping value to us, then the link's down there. And of course, Facebook things. Google. You can find us in the Google. Because, you know, name. Google.
And all the links and things like down in the description as well. Description. And
All the
scrolling
things.
along like the bottom of the screen here as well.
What is going on in chat right now? No, well, that's a relatively new thing, Link. That's not a thing that New Zealand's always done, having the competitions separated by
It's
gender
only ever
at all.
happened twice. That I know of.
You want a Drippin' Dolls snapback, Link? Really? You're gonna rock my lips? Actually, you probably damn well would. Amy, your anonymous donor was Maxie.
You just gave it away.
I know. Why not? Maxie's giving away other things in chat. No, nobody but me and Megs are in the description. Actually, I haven't, because I'm on the road, I haven't exactly rearranged YouTube entirely, and the IVAPE links and everything for you guys to have a look at IVAPE are also still in the description from last week as well. So if you wanna go and check out the juices, the whole line, the premium range, everything we're available to our winners tonight. And of course, if you want to go back and look at last week's tasting of the latest juices on the premium line that we did, all those IVAPE links are in the description. Woo! Oh, MS, you're back. I saw you earlier, honey. You won. You're our third winner. You're our third winner, darling.
Number 3.
Please message me at the Ohm Kiwis page on Facebook. I'm so glad you popped back up again. Because I don't know how to find you on Facebook if you don't appear here in the chat. Yeah, please message me at the Ohm Kiwis page on Facebook and we will sort out your details to get our prize to you. Congrats. Yay, I'm so glad when the winners pop up like that.
Or when they're already in the chat, it just makes it so much easier.
It really does. It really does. So yes, and if you don't believe me, look, here's my bit of paper. These are winners: Timlin, Joe, and MS. MS, you were winner number 3. Congrats! My bit of paper that's going home with me on the plane tomorrow. Gotta make sure I remember when I get home. Paper, notes. Yes, really, honey, you won. Really?
Really, really.
Actually. Really. Oh, whew. Okay. So of course we're just rambling. We're just shooting the shit. So of course, if you guys want to know anything about us, about Welly Vape Day, about vape events in New Zealand, about the show, anything you guys would like to ask, congrats, honey. You're like, oh my god, best day ever. I love it when you do that.
We like making people's day.
Feel free to ask questions if you guys have any. We're just hanging, we're chilling with y'all. Casual as at the dispensary in Porirua in Wellington. Shh. Oh bless. What's that link you're dropping out there, Alexis? Is that the one photo of my gobsmack face? My gobsmack face mentioned earlier in the show. Oh, it was a great day. I wasn't feeling well. I'm glad that I was able to make it and still participate and be able to judge and do the things that I could do in the extreme amount of pain that I was actually in. So yeah, it was a cool day. It was just a little bit different to usual.
And it took a bit more out of you, I think, this one did than previous ones. Which made me like think, it was like, how many more of these vape days can we really do, Mox?
Oh wow. They might just start being Hunter. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys are looking at going to Taranaki, which is the next vape day coming up in New Zealand, 17th of February, that's a Saturday, we will be there. We are just hanging. We're not there as the MCs. We're just going as Ohm Kiwis Chillin. Ohm Kiwis Chillin.
Yes.
Yeah, so
we're actually going to be punters.
I know, right? It'll be like the first time
in a long time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so it'll be cool if you guys are near the Naki, which Taranaki Vape event will be in New Plymouth. I can't remember the exact name of the location right this second, but if you're in the New Zealand community, then all the details are circulating. There's a Naki Vape Day page and a group and what have you. Maxie's throwing links out there in chat, so if you guys are keen to come along and come say hi, hang out, check out what a vape day is all about. It'll be the first one in Taranaki, so we have no clue what the boys will have going on up there as well. So yeah, it'll be a cool day.
Oh Tony, this vape day was not long.
That wasn't long.
The longest vape day I've ever attended was probably
the first Christchurch one. I did a 12-hour day. We did a 12-hour event.
And then like the next one after that was Tauranga. That was another 12-hour event.
This year's Christchurch one was an 8-hour event.
Or last year's.
Oh, sorry, yeah, last year's. Yeah, nah. You don't know a long vape day until you've had a long vape day.
Yeah, like I didn't really feel it for like the first Christchurch vape day that we did.
Yeah.
Because I was doing like a couple of build workshops where I did like a beginner and an advanced one, where the advanced workshop, however, was more of a demonstration. So there was a bit of sitting down on my part, and yeah, there was only like a little bit of talking, but yeah, the first Christchurch one didn't feel very long. The Tauranga one did. The last year's Tauranga Vape Day felt like it was a really long day. Mox and I were both on our feet like non-stop, and it was that vape day that made us realize is like when you're writing out your itineraries for the day and you've got your MCs, slot in breaks for them, because if you don't, they will just keep working and keep going. And yeah, Mox and I both suffered really, really badly after that Tauranga Vape Day.
With my history in events, I'm used to that suffering, but yeah, it took a lot out of you at Tauranga, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I was goddamn tired, but a little bit more used to the flow of a long event day than Megan is, that's for sure. Probably not so much now, but definitely back then. Cool, we've got a couple of random questions going on here. Our favourite RDA and our favourite mod.
And then there was our go-to juice.
Yeah.
I think we sort of talked about that a little bit earlier. Mox's go-to juice is Sugar Baby. And what's mine?
Yours is just Jackfruit Jungle or the watermelon.
Yeah. Well, it's not
it's
all the watermelon.
It's mainly jackfruit.
Jackfruit Jungle is like my go-to. If I get watermelon juice from the same person who makes Jackfruit Jungle, I mix them 50-50. And that's usually like my go-to. So Jackfruit Jungle on its own, or Jackfruit Jungle and watermelon juice mixed together. They're my go-to juices. Favorite RDA? At this very moment in time, I am digging my Bonza.
Yeah, I've probably got 3 that are like on par right now. My drop, my peerless, and my Bonza. I don't actually have my Bonza out on the table right this minute. It is in my bag though, on my Admiral. And yeah, the drop, peerless, and Bonza I am fully rating right now. Like across the board, all 3 of them. They all have their own just unique way. Of course, they're all different RDAs, but totally rating all 3 of them. Really.
Yeah, I definitely have 5 that I sort of rate as my top 5 RDAs. So like the Bonza just happened to sort of creep in there. I love my goon.
You're a goon whore.
Yeah, I'm a goon whore. I've got two goons, and I've got a goon 1.5 finally on the way. It's one that I've been wanting for a long time, but never had the chance to get until kind of now. So I've got one of those coming. Shit, what else do I love? The recoil, the original recoil. I really love that one. I have the 24, like the recoil Rebel, and I prefer the first recoil over that one. So yeah, so we've got the Bonza, the recoil, goon, the Twisted Messes.
I was wondering
RDA.
if you were going to say that.
Twisted Messes RDA was right up there too. I have the authentic black and gold one. I absolutely loved that RDA. However, that has come out of circulation at the minute. And what's my 5th one?
I can't answer that for you.
I know. I'm pretty sure it's... I don't want to say the Culverin because it's like I haven't really sort of put it through its paces as yet.
And I don't have one yet, so I can't comment on the Culverin. Brandon, I don't have one yet.
I know there was another one that I absolutely loved. Goon, recoil, Twisted Messes, Bonza. Shit. What did I always have on my Hustler? Oh, it was the recoil. Nope, that's not going to work. I can't think of the 5th one. I know there's a 5th one. But yeah, that's my favourite RDAs so far. Mod. This is one. Our Hustler. Made in New Zealand. Jonas, you do amazing work. I really need to get another one.
We so do. We launched Jonas's business at the beginning of last year, so he's been operating in New Zealand for a year now. And he was our first episode last year. We launched the biz for him. Legit mods. The Hustler is just one style of mod he has in his range. There is many. There's an Outlaw, which I think was a subline commission from one of the vendors.
Was it the one where you've done the 360?
There's plain ones. There's 2700 battery ones. These are 18650 series DNA 167 watt. It has got a 250 DNA chip board in it, but maxed out at 167 because, you know, safety, and who needs 250 watts really? Like actual, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't go beyond 100 watts these days. So
no, not really. Me neither.
It's a bit pointless.
Hustler, definitely. I've got to rate the Captain it has become a daily mod for me. Love the Captain's pieces. We reviewed the Captain with the Peerlesses last year, and yeah, it's totally become in my daily rotation. I of course am going to rate my beautiful pretty, that is my newest.
PWM series,
Yep,
box,
PWM series
PJ box mods, BJ
box mods, BJ box mods.
P wasn't supposed to come out.
No,
just
it really
fell out.
wasn't. So
I have a BJ box mod. It's just not here.
yeah, and along with the box mod, of course, right up there beside it is going to be my Admiral and Broadside as well.
I love my Admiral and my Broadside. I'd love them both.
Those are probably right now. Oh no, my daily little mini starter kit. My Pico 25, I rate. Absolutely love my Pico. It's in my bag. I brought it with me. It's the easy one when you're at the airport and going between quick travel. Nice little simple compact single bat 80-watt mod. Love my Pico to pieces. And of course my Phoenix, my D-Box, which is also in my bag from the weekend.
It's pretty.
Yeah, those are my top mods. They're not obviously generic, except maybe the Captain, the Admiral, the Broadside, the Pico. Those are a bit more generic accessibility to others. But my two pretties are definitely up there on my top mods. You've got lots of pretties too. I really like your new one. I really do. It's
pretty.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. I'm still putting it through its paces. I'll soon find out whether or not if I absolutely love it or not. But yeah, I've only had this not even a week, so yeah, it's a bit difficult to rate it right at this very moment. But yeah, the Hustler, the Admiral, Broadside, my H Cigar VT200, I love that as well still. I have a few other regulated mods, but I don't rate them that high. Yeah,
I'm just scrolling through chat, make sure
everybody loves BJ.
Everybody does love a BJ box mod.
It's got that written on a t-shirt you got.
Yeah, I have a BJ t-shirt and it has exactly that on it. Everybody loves a BJ, and it's got BJ box mods on the back of it.
Yeah,
but of course you don't see that until I turn around. Oh, congrats again, Tamlin. I hope you have a great night, honey, and don't forget to message me at Ohm Kiwis page and we'll sort out your prize, honey.
Yes.
Just scrolling through chat, seeing what y'all are yapping about. Yappy, yappy, yappy.
We talk about Bonza.
Yeah, the Bonza is great. Like, Sam has really done fucking well in the design, and IVAPE have done really well in the production. Like, I rate the Bonza completely.
Oh yes, IVAPE have released some pretty awesome products.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed so far. They have an RDTA that they've recently launched, and for the life of me I cannot remember the name, but I want to get my hands on it. I have their Perseus, which is good. It has its quirky little things, like with putting that top cap back on can be a little bit difficult. I mean, I've worked out like a little trick for it, so I don't struggle with it. But yeah, the newest RDTA in the IVAPE range has piqued my interest.
Yes, Tony, Broadside does do a black Culverin.
Oh, yeah. I'll be right back.
Oh, she's going to show you the black Culverin because there happens to be one in the house as we speak. She's gone to get it. I'm personally not a fan of the Dead Rabbit. I've vaped on one. I've given it a go. I've had a look at it. I don't rate it as an RDA. Personal opinion. Don't hate on me, please. But it's not one I'm gonna buy. And the Culverin that Megs has here on her broadside is a matte black, Tony.
Yep.
With that sexy green drip tip, Megan. Woo! Sexy green drip tip. Alright guys, it's about that time. We have just chatted, we have just shoot the shit with you tonight, and yeah, I hope you have enjoyed a casual hang and yarns and sharing our thoughts with you guys on the weekend, and wow, the things you have asked us to answer. It's
the things and the stuff and the things.
Yeah, I saw your question, Tony, a vicious ant spade, and I'm trying to think what you could put on it as well. I have heard rumor that the drop is coming out in all black, so you could look into that. I do rate the drop, honey. This is the silver with the black featured pieces.
Yeah.
But you can get it reversed with the black with silver feature pieces, but yeah, all silver and all black are coming out or have come out already. I'm of the belief, and there are more colours for top caps coming as well. I heard Brian say just the other day.
Yeah, there's like the all black one, the all stainless steel blue. I think it's a full blue one. Shit, what else do they have? There's the only 3 colours that I can think of right off the top of my head at this very moment.
Do some Googling, darling, or if you want to continue this conversation, of course we can answer any questions if you throw them at us on the Ohm Kiwis page. Of course, don't forget about things like
liking us, subscribe, and all of that sort of stuff.
Oh yes, there's a gold drop as well, that's right.
Yeah, and a gunmetal grey.
Yeah. If you are looking for something local, I'm not sure what our
local vendors are supplying.
Yeah, I'm not sure what our locals have got colour-wise at the minute. However, Tony 3F has all of the authentics up there. Yeah, it's that time of the night, guys. We're gonna bail, so we're gonna go out on some clouds. We will see you all next week. I'm not quite sure what's coming up next week yet. I just got to get home first, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, you guys know the deal. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. And yeah, would you like to say anything to the people as we leave?
Sure. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and watching us sweat whilst we do the show. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Wellington Vape Day, and yeah, it's definitely like a learning curve. Definite learning curve for like those involved in organising it. You guys pulled off an awesome day. Maybe look at sort of like lengthening it a little bit, so that we're not trying to go bam 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 in the last hour. It's like we're running out of time. Come on, we need competition's going. But other than that, yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic day. You guys did an awesome job.
Yeah, it was a great day. We had a fucking fabulous time, guys. It was awesome. And I hope to see you again next year. Otherwise, hope to see you at Naki Vape Day in Taranaki on the 17th of February. Yeah, we're going to go out on some clouds, guys. Don't forget to research so that you are informing yourself, so that you can educate others and advocate truthfully. We love you, and we will see y'all next time. Same bad channel, same bad time.
Don't forget, be good to each other.
What she said. We'll just cloud you out now for a minute. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Did Maxie do a cameo? Bye, guys.
Bye.